Raw 4 TV. What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw 4 TV, aka Darth Apocalypse. All right, so let's get to this. So yesterday, of course, we heard the shocking news of Russell Westbrook retirement after 18 seasons. I say shocking because it was just a couple days prior. Russell Westbrook said in an interview that he had plans on playing another year, and he was just waiting for opportunity. But apparently Russ was the victim of, in my opinion, he was the victim of a campaign led by Clutch and led by sycophants of Clutch to essentially blackball him from the NBA. You had some fake scout, some Clutch bot, or some Clutch, I shouldn't say Clutch bot, some Clutch agent masquerading as a scout saying that, hey, if I'm an NBA team, I wouldn't touch Russ in a million years. So that didn't help, obviously. And then when he announced his retirement, this phony, LeBron James, comes out on Russ's Instagram saying, oh, man, great career, man. Hall of Fame next, which you could even interpret as a taunt from him, knowing that Russell Westbrook doesn't like him. But, it is what it is, man. That's why a lot of us, if this Cleveland thing fails and all signs point to it failing, we're going to be merciless. We're going to dig in our heels. We're going to turn that knife and twist it right in the side into that fucking bastard and show no mercy. Anyway, people are using Russell Westbrook's retirement as an opportunity to bash him like Skip or to serve legendas. So that segues to Clutch stooge Kendrick Perkins, who, in the wake of Russell Westbrook retirement, comes up with an all-time top 5 point guards list, right? So his top 5 list in ascending order: John Stockton at number 5, Russell Westbrook at number 4, Isaiah Thomas at number 3, Magic Johnson at number 2, and then Steph Curry at number 1. I could have sworn, maybe I'm wrong here, but I could have sworn that this same clown had Chris Paul in his top 5 when he announced his retirement mere months ago. These guys just are prisoners of the moment, placating to whatever the fucking emotion or the emotional frequency is of the crowd at that time. It's ridiculous. Look, people can have their own opinions, right? But to use this opportunity to make it honestly, because people are going to gravitate more to where you have Curry on that list rather than Russ, since you got Curry at number 1. And if you look at the segment, he's preparing for the onslaught with Curry. So you really use this opportunity to big up LeBron because you're putting Curry as the greatest point guard of all time, which gives LeBron now this excuse for losing to Curry. Well, I mean, man, he lost to the greatest point guard of all time on a loaded team. I mean, what can you expect? When we all know that Curry is not really a true point guard. That's the problem with this argument. Because, okay, if you're going to do this, then where's Jerry West? Oh, but people say, well, Jerry West is not a real point guard. He was a combo guard. Well, so is Steph Curry. And technically, in the 14 years that Jerry West played, 11 of them, he was technically the point guard, even though he scored like a shooting guard. Although he could play, make, and pass, but he was primarily a scorer. Therefore, another thing I want to ask too is, and I love Russell Westbrook, but why would you put Russ over Oscar Robertson? Oscar Robertson retired as the all-time leader in triple doubles, retired as the all-time leader in assists, retired as, I believe, at the time of his retirement, like I think about this, when he retired in 1974, I believe he was just one of 3 players with 25,000 points in their career. Oscar Robertson was more dominant than Russell Westbrook. As much of the Russell Westbrook fan as I am, I would never put him ahead of the Big O. So where is the Big O? Where is Chris Paul? Where is Jason Kidd? For that matter, if it's about championships, where is Bob Cousy? He won 6 championships. So what's the criteria here? Is it who I watched and who I like? It's weird. It's ridiculous criteria. If you're talking about, oh, well, because Curry changed the game. Curry changed the game. Curry changed the game. Okay, Wilt Chamberlain changed the game. We never saw anything like Wilt Chamberlain in 1959, 1960. Before, and really since. We never seen anything like that before. Put up numbers he was putting up, showing the dominance he was putting up arcade numbers. And I don't want to hear about his height because he was the tallest player in the league. But a lot of people don't even have him in his top 10. In their top 10, I should say. There's another thing I'm trying to figure out here. Like I said, he's pushing up Steph to make LeBron's era look so loaded. That's why you got Russ up there. And, you know, that's why you got, you know, 2 of the top 5 point guards, according to Kendrick, played in Russ's era. Only Stockton in Mike's era, right? And generally, you know, Isaiah too, I guess. I got to take that back, Isaiah. But this is the problem I have. This list caters and panders only to those who watch basketball since the 80s and beyond. You act like basketball only started in 1980. And if you got Russell Westbrook as the 4th greatest point guard of all time, then why is it that LeBron with Russ on his team only went 33 and 49 in 2021-22 season? How is that possible? How can you have Anthony Davis, who was the MVP candidate at that time, according to Kendrick Perkins' logic, 4th greatest point guard of all time, Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony on that team. I believe they had Dwight Howard and Rajon Rondo on that team, if I'm not mistaken, and he only went 33 games? How's that not a knock on LeBron James and his overall legacy? And also, if the media is going to knock KD for winning 2 championships on those loaded Warriors teams, then why don't you also penalize Steph Curry for having KD on those teams? Maybe if KD's not on those teams, maybe the Cavaliers beat them 2 times. Also, why is it that Curry hasn't been able to do what Magic Johnson did? Whenever Curry has to go out there and be the leader on an ordinary team where he's basically the only superstar, why is he can't do what Magic did, which is go to a finals without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, which is when Kareem was injured in Game 5 and couldn't play the rest of the series, Magic took over. Played a different position, Dominated at center, 42 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, won the series, won the championship, swiped finals MVP away from Kareem. Why is it, as I was saying before, Magic was able to go to an NBA Finals without Kareem, without Pat Riley, with a totally different fucking cast just to save Byron Scott and James Worthy, and a different offense. Curry can't do that. Curry always got these excuses. And Curry tried to get LeBron again. Play with your nemesis. But these things never go up against Curry, though. They never go against him. And if people like to say, well, Michael never won without Scottie, Steph Curry never won a championship without Klay Thompson. So anyway, that's all I got to say about it, man. Tell what you guys think.